After his stunning knockout win over Benoit Saint-Denis at UFC 299, Dustin Poirier has secured himself a third title shot against the boogeyman of the division, Islam Makhachev. And as soon as the fight was announced by the bald-headed king Dana White, everyone has been reciting the same old opinion. Islam is gonna run through the diamond and send him packing into retirement. Well, we've got a different opinion. We think that Dustin is going to give Islam a beatdown at UFC 302, and in this video, we'll explain exactly why. So, whether or not Dustin was going to get a title shot was very up in the air prior to the events of UFC 300. I mean, the guy literally tasted Gaethje's toes at UFC 291 and has since picked up just one win against a guy outside the top 10. Instead, a lot of people thought it would be Justin's time for a third title shot, provided he beat Holloway, or if Olives took out Tsarukyan, he could secure a rematch with Islam. Well, let's just say that UFC 300 completely ripped up the script. Justin got put to sleep by Pillow Fist Holloway, and Olives lost a tight decision to Tsarukyan. This basically meant that the only guy ready and available to headline UFC 302 was Dustin. Call it luck, but he's got that third title shot he's been after for months. And in our view at least, Dustin is not going to let his third attempt at gold go down like his previous two. In fact, he has all the advantages to give Islam hell at UFC 302. With that being said, let's take a look at the America's biggest advantages. Advantage number one, ruthless brawling. Now, Dustin's first big advantage is ruthless stand-up style. Dustin is probably the best brawler in the UFC right now. He perfectly blends brute force, sheer power, and heart with excellent technique to create a style that few can keep up with. With this aggressive boxing-focused stand-up, Dustin has outclassed everyone on the feet, from McGregor to Chandler to Oliveira. He was even having success against Khabib on the feet when they fought back in 2019. Now, is Islam a better striker than Khabib? Absolutely. But does he have better stand-up than any of the guys that Dustin has fought previously? No. Dustin will have success on the feet against Islam, and with the power that he has, it will only take one to land clean to put Islam out. I mean, just look what he did to BSD. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that he's a southpaw, which only adds another layer of complexity to his stand-up game. Advantage number two, veteran experience. And this brings us to Dustin's second major advantage, his experience. Dustin has been in the UFC since 2010, and during that time, he has faced literally every style out there. Counter punchers like McGregor, brawlers like Gaethje, BJJ experts like Olives, wrestlers like Khabib, all-round tanks like Chandler, powerhouses like Perez. He's seen it all. Islam, on the other hand, has only had about 5 fights at the highest level, and 2 of those were against the same person. He just does not possess the priceless experience that a veteran like Dustin has. All this means that it's likely that Dustin will be more comfortable in the opening stages than Islam. It'll take Dustin less time to figure his man out, and he'll be able to start landing those sharp backhands before Islam even has a chance to find his range and start landing takedowns. Advantage number 3, imposing physicality. And Dustin's final big advantage is his physical attributes. Let's not get it twisted, Poirier is a huge lightweight. He walks around at about 190 and could easily be fighting at welterweight if he wanted to. In other words, he's much bigger than Volk, who gave Islam all kinds of problems in that first fight. Maybe, just maybe, with his size and experience, Dustin will be able to nullify Islam's wrestling and not get smashed or submitted on the ground. Aside from his size, Poirier also arguably has the better and more tested gas tank. He only ever grows into fights, throwing more strikes as the fight goes on. Now, we're not saying that Islam's cardio is bad, but it's never been proven quite like Dustin. And if the fight is razor close, the person who has the better gas tank is usually the guy to come out on top. So, how do we see this one going? Well, it's going to be rough, it's going to be tough, and Dustin is going to have to put on the performance of his career to be within a chance of winning this one. But diamonds are made under pressure, and we see Poirier knocking Islam out inside the distance.